Good evening, good evening, good evening. You are listening to Simply Jewel Atypical podcast. Well, I was just thinking, with all these events going on, post-election, catastrophes, Texas, I'm really concerned for people. Yeah, we're praying. And yeah, we've got to do more than that, people. I just start to see how people are responding to all the sadness in the world, and there's still some good people out there. As I always say, either we're in a storm, coming out of one, or getting ready to go into a storm, and you're not prepared. None of us are prepared. None of us are ready for. But I think what I'd like to say is once the what am I trying to say is kind of choking me up a little bit, just because you want people to see things the way you see it. You want people to love the way you love. You want people to be okay. You want people to find out or ask, what is the lesson in the storm? So that's what I'm thinking about today. But you want people to be okay. You want people to start thinking different. You want them to make better choices, or you want them to be in a better place. There's so much that we all want for people. There's so many people that have lost loved ones. It's really sad. I think that people are just in a place of anxiousness, not knowing which way to go. There's so much happening all at once. That's kind of like what I'm thinking about today. I thought about calling someone so that we could talk about, what people are feeling, how people are navigating through this thing called life. And then I thought, no, because you don't know the mindsets of people right now. You don't know how to express. You don't know how to feel. How are you feeling? What are some of the things you're going through, to let people know that we're all in this together? It may not be on the same level, but trust and believe. People are going through something. Some people are coming out of a situation where they're able to assist, or they're able to tell their story. I was just thinking when we were little, and how the adults used to sit around and eat and laugh and talk and support one another. That's what this time is all about to me. I just want to say that, to me. If you are on a different level, a different mindset, I say a different set of growth, you start to realize what's most important. It's not about, who has the best outfit on, who's more popular. To me, it's about, how's your mindset? What are you thinking about? How can you grow? How can you prosper? How can you grow as a community? And to me, it just seems like these are the times where people are having to grow as a community. They may not know how. They may not have the right questions. They may not have the questions to ask. But it seems like people just start doing what they can, whatever they think they can do to help is what's going to relieve some of this friction, some of the tension. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how poor you are. I don't care how popular you are. There's going to come a time where we all have to be on the same playing field so that we can help one another. Those are the things I was thinking about today. I'm still thinking, like, what can we do to help masses of people? Because if you notice, there are a lot of people that have lost all their food because they didn't have electricity. They didn't have any heat. They've lost a lot. Their house is damaged due to water damage, pipes bursting. Just so much is going on right now in the midst of a pandemic. And then we have that. Some are ready to get shot. Some do not. Some are asking questions still. There are questions, and rightfully so. Some are saying that, they've been working on this a long time. They just expedited the procedures. Okay. But my question is, how long is it going to last? Is it going to stay in the system for a long time? Do we know which way this thing is going? Do we have enough to cover all the different viruses that are going to come after this? Do we know who it's going to affect, who it's not going to affect? There are still so many questions in the world. So yeah, we're in a storm, coming out of one, or getting ready to go into one. And then there's some green pastures. That's what I like to call it. Green pastures. So we all need to be able to woo-saw a little bit. Do you know how to woo-saw? That's another question. And at this point, there are so many things that are going on in social media that we've got to learn how to decompress. Turn something off. Don't listen to all the news. Get yourself in order first before you add more into the equation. Well, at least that's what I'm saying, before you can add into the equation. My theory is, if you have so much on your plate, why keep piling more stuff on your plate? Why not just deal with what you've got that's on your plate? Turn off the TV, turn on some music, find something that's going to help you and that's going to motivate you to get some of that off of your plate. And I'm saying that because everybody's got something different on their plate. Nobody's plate is the same. Everybody's plate is different. So you've got to find a way to get something off your plate. Prioritize. I don't know. I just think that it's just really sad right now. I think that we all are in a time where we have to change our mindset, where we have to pay attention to what's going on in the world, where people say, stay woke, stay woke. Well, people are waking up, but yet people are still going through something. And your stress is not somebody else's stress, because you may be able to handle stress a different way, and somebody else will handle stress another way, and that's okay. We have to keep in our cerebral cortex the reason for the season. If God is not pleased, and people don't even put that into the equation, well, I do. So I'm just saying, if God is not pleased and we haven't done our due diligence to make things right and to do what is expected of us, enough is enough. So he's taking control, and then we have to figure it out, which is really not a bad thing. Change is good. So with that being said, people, I just wanted to come on and say hello and let you know what I was thinking. Until next we wrap, you are listening to Simply Jewel, Atypical podcast. And don't forget, contact me through simplyjewel.com, where we can communicate independently. Good night. Peace and blessings.